YouTubers, this is Michelle saying hi and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about something really briefly. As you well know, in my last video, yes, I found a lot of problems with this new thing with the whole Final Fantasy thing, and my personal opinion about this is something that kind of want to bring up to my attention. I felt just a bit disappointed. I found that after beating the behemoth, and you get some really nice stuff, don't get me wrong, you get some like nice gear. Hey Karina. You get some really nice gear. Now, what I'm really disappointed with is this is supposed to be Monster Hunter World, and I don't blame the Chinese for this because I read an article today. It was in the Google News. It seems that China is refusing or has refused to put Monster Hunter World into their Steam platform, which in some cases I kind of don't blame them, but at the same time I have to be forth and utmost upfront about some things. And well, anyways, as you can tell, what I'm wearing is critical hit and shit like that. Because I was gonna actually try to fight another Barath, or not Barath, another behemoth. You know, and I finally beat the behemoth. Got what I needed, but I still think it's a waste of time. I believe that Capcom slowly fucked up on this whole thing. Slowly fucked up on the fact that Monster Hunter World and Final Fantasy, well, everybody knows that Monster Hunter World and Final Fantasy are in different companies, different publishers. As a matter of fact, tonight I'm very calm. I'm actually a little tired, but I'm very calm. Given the fact that I'm seeing a lot of issues going on ever since they put this whole Final Fantasy bullshit into Monster Hunter World, and I came to a final conclusion that a lot of it is because ever since they did this new update with Monster Hunter World, this whole thing with the behemoth, the Moogle, and everything else, that a lot of the times you're not going to be able to. It doesn't matter whether if you have a good connection to a host or what have you, but at the same time, you are also going to have a lot of connection problems with certain things, like if you're trying to redo or you trying to collect the armor. It's going to become a waste of time because as of recent, I've noticed quite a lot that this whole update, this whole thing about the Final Fantasy thing, which to me is so utter trash. I personally, like I said, I've beaten the behemoth, and as you can tell, my Palico is the Moogle. Don't get me wrong, I like Final Fantasy. I actually had played it when I was a kid, but my personal feelings of Final Fantasy being a Monster Hunter World, that's kind of a different story. I realized that a lot of people had stopped playing the behemoth because, you know, one, either it's too damn fucking hard and it's challenging, or B, they just don't want to bother anymore because they figure one and done. In my case, I'm trying to be a one and done, but I'm trying at the same time do the armor. As recently, yes, I know I wear a lot of cold armor in spite of all that, but the thing is, I'm not at that point. I feel that Capcom should have done better with the Monster Hunter World. I'm still feeling like it's, in a way it was good, I did the event, but for me to continue on doing the behemoth is not going to be easy because there's going to be a lot of connection issues with trying to join in other people's, even though after, you know, other people's game, even though after you complete it. There's been a lot of connection issues. There'll be like connection errors if anybody's been having connection errors with the behemoth fight, or just in general, as far as like joining in with other people's monster hunts and stuff like that, leave a comment in the bottom of the section, because this sort of thing that has happened recently with Capcom has been a little bit, in my opinion, unexcusable. I would think that, this whole new update, this Monster Hunter World 5.0, supposedly it's supposed to make things better, and really it hasn't made things better. It's actually had made things worse. And I'm going to show you what's going to happen. I'm going to try joining into a behemoth fight, and I'm going to give you an outcome just briefly to exactly what the error code's going to be. So I'm going to search into it, and now of course the special assignments, which I've already completed. I never bothered with the Devil Joe armor. Excuse me. And I'm going to try joining into optional. And of course now here, these are all other monsters which I have no interest in doing. Okay, here's one right now, but look at the guy here, Typo Fox, who hit Hunter rank 999. Now here's an issue, and the funny thing is, I'm going to point out, hitting Hunter rank 999, there's really no special benefit to it. It's just somebody who's been sitting behind a video game system 24/7 in their mom's basement, whatever the case may be. Now, you can be a high monster hunter at that point, but doesn't make you that good. Now, I have a life besides playing Monster Hunter World, and I have a life besides gaming, and I can't be doing that, but that's my personal opinion. Now, if I go here, now of course, now we have somebody who's got Hunter rank 84. I'm going to try joining into this one here. It's a 999, and I'm going to let you know whether if I get an error code. Now, bear in mind that my video taping probably could end up getting cut off. We'll see. But right now, I'm going to show if I can do it. But a 7-minute video, I think, was a little bit more. A 7 to about 20-minute video was a little bit more in order. But I will show you an example of what can happen. This may or may not happen, so keep in mind, if the video is kind of cut out short, then I will tell you whether if I did or didn't get in. So let's just start hitting into the visitor from Erosia. I believe I'm spelling that right, or pronouncing it right. So let's try it out and see what happens. I'm going to use a voucher just in case. Just as I thought, failed to join quest only because of a connection issue. This is going to be happening a lot ever since they did the Monster Hunter Final Fantasy event. It's actually happening a lot more. A lot of people I've actually noticed. Even today, a couple friends of mine on PSN had told me about this. The majority of why a lot of people either A, don't really complete the behemoth, is like I said in the earlier part opening video, is the fact that the behemoth is too hard, or B, people are just sick of doing it and just did it once and pretty much got sick of doing it. And then you got some who continue to do it, but now are getting sick of doing it. It also comes to a point of the same thing. See, I noticed one thing, and I'll have to say this to be perfectly honest. I was doing a comparison between the Call of Tarath and the Behemoth armor that you get after defeating Behemoth. They're about the same thing. The slots are about the same setup. Nothing too special about it. I mean, you just have like a little extra boost, whatever the case may be. However, it doesn't really justify what has happened to the actual game itself. My personal opinion about these sort of things, I generally don't tend to agree with some gamers, what they could think, or whatever the case may be. As you can tell, yes, I'm kind of bored with the game, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm only doing this to help out Karina, to help her get into the game, and hopefully, from there, I took a long time of disappearing from Monster. I shouldn't say a long time, but I took a temporary leave from Monster Hunter World, given the fact that my personal feelings of what's going on with Monster Hunter World hasn't been very that enjoyable. Not since the incident that happened with the summer event, which some of you Monster Hunter fans would be really aware of that event. Some people may have liked it, some people may have not, or some people felt that maybe there was just not too much. In my personal opinion, okay, yes, I did ask for a challenge, and of course, the behemoth, well, there you go. However, that being said, my personal feelings about what's been going on as far as like the behemoth, I still think that there's some things that I believe Capcom should have improved on, maybe the better connection issues that are going on, maybe other things that they could be working on to fix these problems. There should be a set server to where none of the problems should be happening, where you could join anybody's game, help them out. But if these servers are running on a special dedicated server, well, there you have it. Now, my personal opinion, I'm gonna close it off on this whole thing here, is if you decide to do the behemoth, be warned, you may get tired of it, you may rage quit, whatever the case may be. Trust me, it took me about 20 tries before I can actually finally beat the damn thing. I'm not really that happy about the connection quality for the game. Actually, the connection quality has gotten a lot worse ever since they did that. Since they uploaded this whole thing with the Final Fantasy event. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here to bash it, but I think, I like Monster Hunter World. I actually like it to what it stands for. But there's some major flaws that still have to be worked on. I have to apologize about me being blunt to the point, but it's the truth. The reason why I don't play Call of Duty anymore was because of the fact it got boring, got tedious really quick, and I see myself in the near future maybe getting bored of Monster Hunter World. I'm sitting on the fence right now with that little debacle. So pretty much closes to what I had to say tonight, to what I felt about Monster Hunter World and where I am going to take it in further consideration. As you know, in my other videos I've done for like Vampire and other games, I've stuck through to the very end. Well, some, not all. And for me, trying out different games, getting a feel for different things, and and you get to realize that some of it's all recycled, some of it's probably repeated, what have you, and it becomes a monotonous thing. But to close it off, please, if you happen to find this channel or this video helpful about the game playing or anything like that, just leave a like, leave a comment below in the section. Make sure you click on those notifications for more upcoming videos. As you know, yes, I have my avatar picture up tonight because when I'm still sleepy, and excuse me for yawning in the microphone. So yes, it's just leave a like, leave a comment. If you happen to like the video, click on notifications. And until then, this is Michelle. I'm gonna sign out off YouTube, and make sure you hit that like button. And I hopefully will come up with a better video of a better game. I don't know yet. So I'll probably play Monster Hunter World for a little longer. I'm not gonna hang up my bow and arrow yet, which I did in Dark Souls 3. But stay tuned for other videos, and I will be happy to share more of my insight and my thoughts. Till then, this is Michelle saying peace, love, and happiness, and talk to you later. Bye.